Right then, I'm very excited with this because it's a brand new series and we're gonna run this throughout the European Championships, and it's good to get a few people on during the off season before we head back into pre-season. But today we're doing prediction wars. Yeah, there'll be a graphic there. But yes, prediction wars episode 1, and we're doing match day 1 of the European Championships. So without further ado, let's meet our competitor today. What's your name?
Jake,
And what's your occupation?
Turnstiles.
And your chosen subject today is
Football.
exactly football is
Yeah.
always the winner. Welcome to your prediction wars, and you are the first person, so you should
Thank
feel
you.
honoured.
Yeah.
Let's dive in. Let's dive straight in then, because let's be honest, it's going to be jam packed full of fixtures and scores and stuff like that. I mean, let's start with then the opening game, the Friday night, Germany against Scotland. Although for the purpose of this, we are wearing England, so no biasry with this. It's coming out. It's coming out.
It's coming. Football's coming home. Yeah.
So then, opening night, then Germany against Scotland. What are you going for?
Um, it's difficult with Germany because they're an aging team, not what they used to be, but I still think they'll win 4-0. It's the host nation. They'll have the crowd on the back, with them. Um, the host nations have always got that advantage, haven't they? Scotland, I just don't see it personally. Not because I'm wearing that, but I just, I just don't. I can't back Scotland in the tournament. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll get through the group. Um, I think Germany will cruise to victory. I think they'll get a goal in the first half quite early on. The crowd will get behind them, and they're going to build on that performance. I think.
Well, I agree. I mean, I'll put your score down here
Yeah,
somewhere. But
yeah,
yeah, I do agree. I think Germany will win the first game, but I'm going to say 3-1. I do think
yeah.
Scotland are going to get a goal. I mean,
Okay.
I watched them. I watched Germany in the last couple of friendlies. I don't know, you can't really dictate friendlies, but I just didn't think they were that great. I know
Yeah,
they kept a couple of clean sheets, but going forward, they just didn't score a lot. Well, they weren't that potent going forward, but
yeah.
I still think, as I say, and I believe that the host nation has never lost the opening game. So,
Well, it'd be a bit strange if Scotland took that record away. Eh?
what we could say
Imagine
about
that.
Qatar with the World Cup. So, but yeah. So Jake has gone with 4-0. I've gone with
Yeah,
3-1. And of course, if you keep across our socials, we will have all the who got it right. So 2 points for victory,
yeah.
and you get an extra bonus point if you get the correct result. So
Okay.
bit of pressure on the
There's a
bit of
couple of
pressure
points
on.
for us there, I think. Then.
Well, we'll see then. We'll see. So we'll go to the next one then, which I've got down on my sheet. Hungary against Switzerland. That's one of the Saturday games.
That's a tricky one. That one. It depends what Switzerland turn up. I always think 1-1.
Oof. I'm going to go 2-1 to Hungary.
Okay,
I just,
Hungary to win.
yeah. Then
Hmm.
you're right. I think that both
Yeah,
teams are very even. Um,
yeah.
but I just think Hungary, I think I've got that little bit of extra quality. I know against Switzerland, I think their team is coming towards the end. I think some of
I
their
think
players are.
that's true. But the thing with Switzerland is they're very inconsistent. They're very hot and cold. They'll turn up, they might be the first team to go out, or they'll get to the quarter final and knock out France along the way. You don't know what Switzerland are capable of. They've
Yeah.
always had reasonably good players over the years, but again, it depends who turns up.
Well, we'll see.
So I
We'll,
don't know. But like
we'll
I say,
see.
it's quite evenly matched with Hungary. I have to say, yeah,
Completely agree.
I think,
Completely agree. Now, this one I
yeah,
think is could be evenly matched. This one could go either way. Spain against Croatia.
Well, obviously Spain aren't what they used to be. I don't see them back any nation to win three major tournaments on the trot anymore. The days of David Villa, Fernando Torres, David Silva, Xabi Alonso are behind them. Not to mention Xavi and Iniesta as well. I mean, I'm going to say 2-0 to Croatia.
Wow,
Yeah,
okay. I'm gonna go
yeah.
draw 1-1.
Okay. Yeah.
Again, I think pretty much like the Hungary Switzerland game, that could go Spain Croatia could go either way. It
Yeah.
really could. So yeah. I think Croatia, we know, for the last 5 years have become a real dominant team in Europe.
Yeah.
And let, let's be fair, that on any day they can beat any team in the world. So yeah.
They've
And you're right,
grown.
I think Spain they're not at that peak of the powers that they were 10 years ago.
No,
So
not at all.
it could go, yeah, it could go either way really with that one. But
Absolutely.
yes. Right then, moving on to the next Saturday, the other Saturday games as well. Romania against Ukraine.
I mean, that's a tricky one as well. Romania, obviously, we don't know many players from Romania at the moment, but historically, never really been the biggest pushovers, have
No,
they? I don't back Romania to be a dark horse in any way. I would expect Ukraine to win. So for that reason, I'll go 1-0 to Ukraine. I think.
I've I'm thinking Yarmolenko brace,
Yeah.
definitely. I'm going to go 2-1 to Ukraine. I
Yeah.
do think they'll win, so
Yeah.
it won't be an easy game for them. I think Romania, they're not a bad side. They are, they're
Mm.
predominantly in tournaments, especially the European tournaments, they're not done that badly. So, it could go either way with this one. Um, but moving on then to the next one I've got down here. Austria against France. One of the favourites for the tournament, France.
Yeah. Hmm. I think France will win the tournament. Personally, I think.
You've
Well,
heard this
people might
first.
say that's a safe bet. Oh, unfortunately, I'd say they beat this lot in the final. I think that's my potential prediction. I don't know. I don't want that to happen, but I'm gonna take a huge risk here and say that France are going to have a shaky start
You think?
and they're going to lose 1-0 to Austria.
Do you know what? You must have read my
You're
mind.
very brave.
I'm going brave as well. I'm going to go 2-1 to Austria. I just think
Okay,
you could be right. I
they're going
do
to have a
think
shaky start. They're going to wake up and then they're going to go and win the whole thing, just like Argentina did. I've got that feeling. And then one of the players is going to go like to Mbappe, like he did when Harry
well,
Kane missed that penalty.
the crying emoji.
Dirty bugger. So yeah, yeah, I'm going to go for a
No.
shocker start.
Yeah, I mean, I'm keeping tabs of yours and keeping tabs of mine, but yeah, some real interesting results. Like I said, we'll see how many points we get, and I'll try and keep a little league table and see how we're doing. I might even invite you back for later in the tournament and see how you
Yeah,
fare. So
yeah.
it's going to be interesting then. Next fixture then I've got down Portugal against the Czech Republic.
Portugal winners in 2016 against all the odds. Try to think who's in their team now. Ronaldo will still be there, no doubt. Who else is there? Who else have they got? Portugal. Bruno. Has he
Bruno,
been picked?
yeah, Bernardo
Pepe's
Silva,
old now. He's finished, hasn't he? I think Pepe.
yeah, Bernardo Silva.
Um, Bernardo Silva. Who else have we got?
Uh,
Um,
but you've
Can't
got
think.
Ruben Diaz.
Yeah,
You've got a strong midfield. Ruben Neves, I think, might have been picked in that. So
but that's the thing with Portugal. They are historically a nation with strong teams that just do not perform. I mean, to be fair, I don't think they performed that well when they won it, really. But they grind it out in the end. I mean, I still think they should have lost because I don't know how Gignac hit the post in the 92nd minute from there. But they meant to be. it's again, I keep saying they look good on paper, but they don't seem to do it really. I'm going to say it's going to be 1-1 though. Still,
I'm going for the exact same thing, mate. 1-1.
okay,
I do think
okay,
Portugal are going to have a slow start. And you have to
yeah,
forget that the man who scored the winning goal to take Portugal to the European title was a man who couldn't score for 14 months at Swansea a day.
yeah,
That's absolutely incredible. But
absolutely,
yeah, I think you could be right. I think Portugal will definitely get through their group, but the Czechs are not an
yeah.
easy team. I mean, they proved that at the last European Championships. So
Yeah.
it's
Who's in goal for Portugal now? It's keeper. Not Patricio anymore, is it? He's finished.
no. I want to say Jose Sarr,
Okay.
but
I
don't
remember
put me on that YouTube.
the streets will never forget. Sorry, the streets will never forget back in the day. Ricardo, what a keeper
What
he
a
was.
guy! What a player!
Penalty shootout machine.
Oh yes, what a player! If you
Yeah,
don't know who it is, I'll put a little picture of who
yeah,
that guy is right here.
yeah.
So yes, right then, moving on then, and we've got 5 more fixtures to go. And the top of the one then, Italy, the winners of the last European
The
Championship,
holders.
the
Yep.
holders against Albania.
My heart wants to say Italy 0, Albania 1. Giorgio Chiellini red carded. But my head says Italy 3, Albania 0.
Really?
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
yeah, Albania. I mean, performed okay, I think, but they're just the minnows. Unfortunately for them, aren't they? They're not going to put. I don't see them pulling up any strings. I don't see Italy struggling with that. So I think they'll cruise to a win.
Well, I mean, I've gone a bit rogue and I've gone the other
Yeah.
way and I've gone for a draw.
Okay.
I've gone 1-1. Just something
Hope
about,
so.
well, yeah, there's something about Italy for me sometimes. They can be brilliant on their day. And when they're terrible, they are terrible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. True. They've done it
there's,
plenty of times.
yeah. So, but again, Italy could go and smash them 10-0, or they
Yeah.
could go and drop points to them early in the campaign. It's one of those. But yeah, 1-1, 3-0.
Yeah.
Can't be any further from results. So then we've got Slovenia against Denmark. Again, another one could be very evenly matched.
Yeah. Against Slovenia, don't perform too bad. I don't think really. Um, in tournaments. Got some. I'm trying to think. What's his name? Goalie for Atletico Madrid. He's from Slovenia, isn't he? What's
Jan
his name?
Oblak.
That's the guy. Yeah, is he still playing?
Yeah, he's still playing, yeah.
So there, yeah. I mean, yeah. So you got a good goalie, but I can't really think of any other Slovenian player. Denmark, I think they'll have a good tournament personally. So I'm going to say 2-1 win for Denmark.
See again, Denmark could be a team that could be potentially up there.
Yeah,
They've always had a very solid team. I'm going to go the
yeah.
other way though. I'm going to go 2-1 to Slovenia.
Okay.
Again, they can be a bit of a surprise sometimes, Slovenia. But again, like a couple of the teams, they're no pushovers, that's for certain. And
Yeah.
again, one of those results that could go either way.
Yeah.
So I'll be saving this one then. It's the Sunday night. It's the 8 o'clock kickoff. It is Serbia against England.
Yeah.
This one, well, if they perform like that against Iceland, it's going to be a long old night. But go on,
I
what's your
don't think they
prediction?
will. Because 3 lines on his shirt and 3 goals on the score sheet. 3-0 to England.
And in fact, I'll give you an extra point then if, and we'll add an extra point onto this if you can name who will be the first goal scorer.
Okay. I'm going to say Bellingham.
So I'm going to go Phil Foden. as the first goal
He
scorer.
was my second choice. I was thinking either Bellingham's going to score or he's going to play it in for Foden to curl it into the far corner.
That could
So,
happen. That could happen. Well, I have gone for an England win, but Serbia, again, very good team. They are a good side. And again, when you've got Mitrovic, anything can happen. I'm going to go 3-2 to England. I think
3-2.
I think we will concede. I think we will concede, but I think we've got too much over Serbia in terms of quality. But I have to say, I think England will start the tournament with a victory. So it's
Yeah.
yeah, massive, massive. And like I said, and like we know, it's coming out. Coming out.
Yeah. I think we'll get to the final, and typical our record is we'll lose to
Bottle
a
it.
big nation in France. Unfortunately,
The
that's just the way I see it. I
sacred
don't
word.
want it to happen. I want us to go there and for Mbappe to miss a penalty and Harry Kane turn around and laugh at the camera this time. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
And to have a better referee in that game,
Yeah.
possibly as well. But obviously, hopefully we'll close down Chouameni if he's 30 yards out this time, and maybe we'll have a centre half who'll actually attack Giroud and stop him heading the ball. That'd be nice, but I don't know. It's difficult. I'm trying not to get too hopeful, get too carried away. Because I think after the semi-final in 2018, I thought Euros come along that year. I thought we got a chance of winning this. And the World Cup Qatar, I was quite confident. Thought we played well on the quarter-final night against France, personally. Don't think the referee did. Obviously, it hurt going out by missing a penalty because who knows what could have happened after that penalty went in. I think the momentum might have swung in our favour again. So just being a bit more cautious this time. But I don't think in our lifetime England have ever been favourites for a tournament. So that'll be something different. Will that be too much pressure? Who knows? Will it go the other way? Hopefully. But
Yeah, it's one of those.
we've got the squad. We have got the squad, and they're a lot more. They're a lot more together than what our supposed golden generation was, which that didn't have any team spirit, and well, as we now know, not a happy camp either. This one looks a more happy camp.
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, I'm not worried. I know Iceland. Yeah, it's a bad result, but I'm not worried losing a friendly.
No, I
My
know. I know.
initial analysis was they don't want to get injured.
Yeah,
So yeah,
I get what you mean. I think going back to the last few tournaments, I think 2018 after the disastrous tournament we had with Euro 2016 and no real expectation, and we get to the semi-final and people might look at it and go, "Oh, we had an easier route. We lost to Croatia, and again, Croatia weren't a bad team then, and they had some good
no,
players then.
they
Modric,
did. Yeah,
Mandzukic.
best midfield in the world, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah, it
Was it
was
Modric, Kovacic? Who's the other one?
Rakitic.
Rakitic.
Yeah.
Midfield three. That is.
That is a good midfield three, exactly. But
Yeah,
then for me, it's been, and again, I don't want to sort of be too negative on Southgate, but I think the times where he's needed to make a change or he needed to freshen up, he's not done that. He's been a bit tactically inept, and we've
yeah,
seen that a couple of times. I think again with the Euros in the final, if we'd have got out Italy and gone 2-3-0 up, that would have been that. I could
yeah,
not see Italy coming back from that, and
yeah,
we allowed Italy back into the game. They get the equaliser, and then they do what all the Italian teams do is just basically hack them down and play the long game. So we just did not have that mentality
yeah.
strength to get at
I
Italy, and
think
then
obviously a lot of eyes are on Southgate this time. My personal observation will be this: if England lose embarrassingly, he's gone. That embarrassingly could be 4-0 or to a minnow nation like Albania or somebody. Um, if we don't get to the semi-final, I could probably see him going. I think possibly, potentially. I think the expectations got that high now. Um, if we lose the same way that we've lost Croatia and Italy, i.e., we go up in the first 5 minutes and lose, I think that to me proves he's not learned his lesson. So maybe we need to find someone else. If England lose 1-0 to someone like France, but England have been the better team and just could not for the life of them put the ball in the back of the net, I think he should stay because your anger should be on the players there for not scoring, not him. because at least we give it a go. Yeah, if we lose them with a better team, then can't moan at that. I mean, I hate to say, but looking back at the Croatia game and the Italy game, I know one manager that would have probably seen those 2 games out.
Don't tell me
Allardyce.
Nigel Clough.
Allardyce.
I, th-
Not
I, th-
Nigel
I,
Clough.
I thought you were going to say Nigel Clough.
Nigel Clough. Blooming hell.
I thought,
Big
I thought I was
Sam,
teeing
I
you up
think,
then.
would have seen those 2 games out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd even be brave enough and say Jose Mourinho would have seen both those games out. But you know, that's the brutal honesty that we have to say, really. So that's my analysis. I'm still Southgate all the way. I'll still sing Southgate's song in the crowds where I watch it. So yeah,
definitely. Well, moving on then to another team that could be favourites, and
Yeah.
they've got Slovakia in their first game, which is Belgium. Go on, what are you going with?
again, a bit like Portugal, Belgium, good on paper, don't really perform. You know, I don't think the team's as strong as what it was when it was obviously with Hazard and company. But again, they should have a go at it. They should, but it's difficult. Slovakia are all right nation, you know, they're not that bad. They've got the potential to be a dark horse in any tournament. I think Slovakia.
Well, they mullered Wales the other day, so
It's Wales, mate. I'll say it on here. Wales. I know they had a good Euro 2016, but Gareth Bale's retired now.
yeah.
You know, I think they've got problems, Wales, at the moment, managerially, and other things. So probably a good time to play them. I'm going to make a brave decision here. Slovakia are going to turn them over 1-0. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going for it.
You're brave, mate. You are really brave. Well, I'm going to go with the form guide, and I'm going to go Belgium to win, but it's going to be 3-2 to Belgium. I think, again, they will score goals. I think they will concede. I think that, again, defensively, they're not as strong as they were, but I still think they'll just have, I think in the big moments, I think they will just have that something a bit more than Slovakia. But I see your point. Slovakia they are a good team. Again, they could be that team that could, bit like, you know, your Hungaries and your Switzerlands, and that could cause a lot of problems in Denmark. So yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going to be, like I say, yeah, interesting. That's that. I think a couple of results. I think looking at them, I think I'll tell you what, there's interesting results. Yes, exactly. And we'll move on to the final one then, which I think is going to be, well, I think really should be an easy win, which is Turkey against Georgia.
Well, I'd expect a Turkey win. So I'll say 2-0 to Turkey.
2-0 to Turkey. I'm going to go 3-0 to Turkey. So a nice, comfortable win for Turkey.
Yeah.
And it's a good one to finish on. But like I say, great to have your company. And
thank you, mate.
We'll see how your predictions fare against mine, whether I've done really well, you've done really well, or we've both just done really badly.
Yeah, who knows?
And be like, well, what do we know about football? But great to have your company, and hopefully we'll get you back on for later in the tournament.
So there we go then, that was mine and Jake's prediction. Let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen in match day 1, and it's going to be a great European Championships. I'll put on socials who was right, who was wrong, so we're going to do it as a point system, and whoever wins becomes the champion of Prediction Wars. So stay tuned to the guests, and we'll see you soon.